Be there in a second. Last year, I risked my life getting up on the roof, putting up these Christmas lights I got for pretty cheap at a yard sale. But taking them down, I ended up breaking a bunch of them, and it's just not a very safe thing to do. So in today's video, we're gonna fix that with permanent Christmas lights from Bosso. Let's get started. Over the last few years, I have been looking at getting permanent Christmas lights, and I haven't been really set on the decision. That was until the salesman came to my house and he talked about how these lights have RGBW. That means they're able to do the full red, green, blue color spectrum, but then they also have a white LED that is able to produce a more natural white instead of just a full on bright white. They're able to adjust that color. Now the bulbs are also rated for 20,000 hours, so that's going to be about 25 years of life. So that sold me right there. I'd been looking at others that didn't have that, so once I knew there was this option available, I was good to go. So now the next thing is I need to decide where I'm going to have these on the home. I need to look at all the soffits, the different gables, the peaks, all those different things where I wanted to put them. Since these are going to be up forever, I decided let's just get every little nook and cranny of the house we possibly can. You could just start off with the first level and go to different levels over time, but we decided let's just get as much done as we can right now. So they will measure all of that and then they will give you a quote and you can decide how much you want. And if you do want to expand your system later down the road, you will be able to do that. So we ended up having a few hundred feet that we wanted done. So we decided to just order it. And if we wanted to change it later, we would be able to do that. So after waiting a month, they arrived right on time to get these installed right before the busy holiday season. And let's take a look at some of the different things they're going to be using for this install. So first of all, they have this track, aluminum track that is going to go under the eaves of all of your home. So it's going to fit nicely and look like it was kind of built into the home. Each track then has different cutouts for the different LED lights that are going to be put in the track. Now the LED lights can actually be individually detached. So if one goes out down the road, you would just need to replace that one LED and then everything is going to be working. Now the great thing about this Bosso system is it does have a 1-year warranty on the entire system. And then it has a 5-year warranty on all of the parts of the system. And then after that, if something burns out, you would be able to just purchase it and replace that single unit or whatever it might be. So I really like the warranty that they have. Now throughout this system, they're not only going to be installing the track and the lights, but inside the track, there will be a data cable, and then there will also be a power cable where they're going to infuse the lights throughout the system so that there's plenty of power and you don't have any dimming throughout or different colors or anything like that. And the good news is you do not have to do this install. The installers have been trained, they've been doing this for a while, and they know exactly what they're doing. They make a plan, they get it done, and it looks great. Junior and Eli did an awesome job on my install. It does take a few days. You know, they had some wiring to work out for the first day, and the next few days getting all the way around my home took a little bit of time, but they did an outstanding job making sure they hid all the cables, made all the different conduit match my home. So it's a very professional install. Now let's take a look at the difference between before the eaves and now after having the Bosso lighting installed, what the eaves look like after. So here you can see it blends in really well. The only difference, of course, is you now do have those LEDs. So the LED circuit board there is a little bit white, so it is a little noticeable if you're looking for it. But of course, because this is all over the home, it's very unison. It's not sticking out. It's not like they look like clips for Christmas lights that aren't there or anything like that. It looks great in the home. And here's what it looks like if you have white trim around your home. And so you can see the difference there, but they will match depending on what you have. The system is now installed. Let's take a look at how it was installed into the home. So here is the converter box. So this is going to convert the 120 volts that you get from an outlet to 12 volts for the light. So this will just plug into any outlet you have in your garage or whatever. Now this does have a fan inside. You can see some holes here, and that is on. It's been on pretty constantly. It turns off every once in a while. I'm not sure why it's on so much when the system is not on, but just something to know. And then here we have the power cord that goes all the way up out into the soffits where they are connecting the lights to. Now in this box is also the Wi-Fi and the smarts of this whole system, so there will also be a data cable that comes through as well. Now you aren't able to see it, but they were able to put that data cable and power cable right to here through the soffit so that we don't have any holes on the exterior of the home, and that's probably because the garage does have a high ceiling. Now that cable comes all the way over and it starts right here. That's the first light in the system, and then that goes all the way around the home, and it's connecting and looping throughout the home. And so as you go throughout the house, you'll notice there's some cuts in the line. Now, what they did here is they took those two cables, so we have the data and the power cable, and they put it in some conduit. So here they did a great job in putting that conduit right up until you get to the next line, and then they start again. Now every 50 to 75 lights, they're going to do power infusion so that you have a constant power throughout the system, so you won't have any flickering or anything like that. Now there will be some spots where if you have a big connecting point without lights connecting, you will have some conduit on the side of your home. We only actually had 2 spots in the whole home, or 3 maybe, that are like this, but then it loops up there. You can see a little conduit again, but they matched the colors here, which is great. Ending all the way at the end of this run. For a total of 508 lights that we have here, I think it was 325 feet. A little more than I've ever put up before. Now once Bosso finished installing the system, they did connect this to my Wi-Fi, and then they showed me how to use it. And this is an open source system, so it can actually be used by many different apps. Now the app that they recommend to use is WLED Native. Now this app allows me to go in and create all kinds of different automations, change what is appearing, and it's so advanced, I need to really learn more about it, but there's a ton of things that you can do on here. So right here, jumping in, you can see there is my system, and then I can easily turn on and off the lights. Just like that. I heard a little tiny click in here indicating that they were on and off, and then I can adjust the brightness. So now if you are doing a pattern and you're seeing anything flickering a little bit, you just need to turn down the brightness a tiny bit, and that will definitely help your overall system. But here we can turn the brightness all the way up, and we can turn it all the way down. Then if we tap on here, we now have a ton of different things we can do. Right now I can instantly change the color. So I just use this to drag to what color I want it to be, and then it will show that color. And then we have tons of different effects that we can choose. So here, this is going to take the color that you've selected and add some type of effect to it. Then we have what are called segments. So I can change part of my lights to turn off at certain times or turn on based on segments. Right now it's all just one continuous line, but I think I can do further advanced things by taking certain sections and segmenting them off, and then being able to make different transitions between them and effects and different things like that. Then last we have presets. So there are a ton of different presets by default in this app that you can use. So one of them is the Accent 3. This is our favorite one to turn on. It's turning on at night when the lights come on, and it just brightens up the whole house, and even walkways around the house. If you put lights there, this could really help out. Now each of these presets you can then take and you can adjust in certain ways to make them a little slower on the animation, a little faster, adjust the colors, and so on. So let's just say this preset we're on, we can tap on the colors. Here we can change color 1, 2, or 3. So here for the effect speed, we can lower that or increase that, and then the intensity, we can lower it and increase that as well. So a ton of different presets you can do there. And then let's say you are using a preset and you change it and you want to save it. At the top you have this option to create a new preset, and then you can name it there and set it up so that there is your preset that you love to go back to. And then lastly here, if you go under configure, you can go to time and macros, and this is where you can actually set when it's going to automatically turn on and turn off. To set your schedule, you're going to head to the configure tab. You're going to go to time and macros, and scrolling down here we have the time controlled presets. So the first preset I have right here is when it's going to turn on. So at 1800 hours, 6:30 p.m., it's going to turn on and go to preset 72. So then is what you need to do is set a preset to have them turn off. So then next I have a preset down here at 2300 hours, and it is going to go to preset 51, which preset 51 has been a custom command I made to power off the lights. There's also a preset command here at number 12 that is lights off. So I could have used that as well, but you'll need to have the one that is turning on at a certain preset and another one that's turning off at a preset. That's how you set up a schedule. Now you do have the option in the app to create different schedules for different times of the year. So during different months, you can have it automatically turn to certain lights. But if you are away from home and you want to adjust the lights, you won't be able to do that. You have to come home and change them when you are on home. That's kind of like my only negative to the whole system, but I think that's great. It's secure, it's on your own Wi-Fi, and that's kind of how it works. All right, now that we have everything installed, let's go ahead and do a reveal to the family, see what they think. Who's ready for the new Christmas light reveal?
Me! Yeah. But it's not Christmas, it's before.
Okay, do a countdown. 3, 2, 1.
Light!
Where are they?
I have no idea.
What?
Are they broken? My new light has been on.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah!
There
That's
they are.
amazing!
Cool. Turn up the brightness. Okay, now let's do some
Polish color. Whoa! Wow! I like it. Whoa!
Oh, that's
I like it.
buffalo.
Wow.
Whoa! What? I really like this.
Around the house.
Yeah.
It's going around and around.
Oh, those are nice.
Those are so fun.
I thank the people. Thank you.
I lost my voice. I sound funny. I love them so much. They're great. They're fantastic.
So it looks like we have approval from the family. Let's take a look at some of our favorite presets. First up, we have the different accent lighting. So these ones are going to go through different patterns, variations on length, and variations on different colors. So these look really good. I really like accent 3, and then you can just have it really totally light up your entire neighborhood. Here we have some America ones. So 4th of July, these are going to be perfect. I really like the different patterns here. And again, you can always adjust what these presets are, change the pattern, make them slower, make them have more colors or even different colors. Now some of these are really cool. This is a chase pattern where it's going all the way around the home. This drone shot makes it look really awesome. Now let's move on to Christmas. So here we have a candy cane pattern. Here you have the white is overpowering on some of the cameras. Looks a little better in real life, but you can also adjust it where you have more red coming through so that the white isn't overpowering. So there are a lot of nice preset patterns, but we're going to go in and customize and make some of our own custom ones. I really love these ones that flow throughout the home. Look so cool. Next, you have a few different sports teams. So here we have one preset for the Eagles. And then after that, we have Halloween. So some of these default patterns are a little too fast for me, so I'm going to go over to the effects. I'm going to slow down the pattern, and then you can adjust the spawn speed. So that's how often they're turning on and off. So really cool that you have all this different customization. This one's really cool. It's like a heartbeat on the bottom half of the house. Kind of fun from far away. Here's another chase one, again, a little fast. And here is one that we have already customized. I think we need to do a little more. Next, we have Mardi Gras 3. This one, it looks so cool. And then we have Rainbow. Now, the kids love this one, but as you can see, it's not covering all of the lights that I have on the home. Now, some of these on the preset, they defaulted to only a certain amount of lights. So what you need to do is go down and adjust the API command. And here you'll find something like 150 lights. That means it's set to only adjust the first 150. So all I needed to do was change it to my 508, and boom, every light is now lit up with this pattern. So a quick fix, I can then save it, and then it saves it to my account. So you'll run into that if you do have more than 100 lights. And lastly, let's take a look at the LEDs themselves. Now, LEDs sometimes are really hard to get the right colors to come through, but I'm very impressed with how these were able to look. We could get all the different colors we wanted to. Sometimes the white is overpowering, so you just need to have less white versus other colors that you are putting out. And then sometimes it will flicker if you have it on full brightness and if you have a lot of lights. Now they're gonna put those injections throughout, but to solve any of those problems, if you just turn it down a little bit, I don't think you'll have any of those issues. So overall, very pleased with the results of these nice looking RGBW LEDs. And here you can see the whites are able to get the really high bright on the Kelvin scale and then pretty low. So I'm very happy with these as well. I like how it can be a more natural white look versus the harsh bright. Maybe you like this, so you have that option, but it's nice that you have both. Here they do a great job at dimming, just providing a little light. And then I really like how these are reflecting off the home. Makes the house just look amazing. So as you can see, it's really incredible what the Bosso lights can do to your home. Now I went pretty extreme, covering all of the different corners of the home. We only didn't do like the back of the home, but you could just start with the first front section of your home. Now a typical home is going to cost about $3,000 to $5,000, but think about never having to get out there and put up the Christmas lights again, not having to worry about when it's going to snow or anything like that. It's been so nice that I didn't have to get up there today. It's kind of cold, and I'm like, oh, I usually remember being freezing up there, putting up the Christmas lights, not being very safe, and now I don't have to do this anymore, and it was 100% worth it. I love how now I can instantly turn them on for certain times of the year to have different colors, celebrate different birthdays, and so many different things. These are going to be something that we're just going to love, and it really completes the look of our home. Now, if you're interested in these Bosso lights, getting them installed in your home, well, hopefully you live in Utah, because that is currently where they're available to order. Now, I will leave a link down in the description where you can go and fill out a form, and I will give it directly to those who can get in contact with you to order these, to get these set up. You know, Christmas is coming soon, so hopefully they can fit you in soon, but I would definitely fill that out if you're interested, get a quote, see what it is going to be for your home, and go from there. So thanks Bosso for the awesome lights. They have been so cool. Did cost a little bit, but I'm so excited to have them and never have to put up lights again. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.